Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Leanna. Today I wanted to talk about Liam Neeson. Damn it. So if you haven't heard about the situation, Liam Neeson did an interview recently. Yeah, so it was a few days ago I read about this. Some reports started filing out about an interview that Liam Neeson had done with a reporter named, I'm probably going to butcher this, I believe it's a French name, so Clémence Michelin, for The Independent, in regards to his role in the upcoming film called Cold Pursuit. This is yet another tale of revenge. I say yet another because this is just another one in a long string of films where he's taking revenge on somebody. He's been doing this for years, and apparently he's been doing this in real life. So Neeson has a female friend who was raped some years ago. I'm still unclear of when exactly this happened. Some people are saying it was 20 years ago. Some are saying it was upwards of 40 years ago. The amount of time is irrelevant, however. He starts his story by saying how extraordinarily she handled the whole situation. That's an odd choice of words to describe a rape, especially from a person who has vilified the Me Too movement, calling it a witch hunt. So Neeson goes on to say that he asked his friend, does she know who raped her? What color were they? That was the very first thing that came to his mind. I need to know what race they were. So when he finds out that they were a black man, that just gave him justification to go out on the street, which he did. He went out looking for 1 week. He went specifically to black populated areas with what he describes as a kosh. This is apparently like a bat or a club, looking for black men to kill. It didn't matter to him who it was. He was just looking for a black man to kill. And again, by asking this first question, what color were they? In his mind, that's all he needed to know. So, and he goes on to say that it could have been anybody if she had said Lithuanian or whatever. But he was already in his mind thinking black. I'm looking for a black man. And he went there day after day for a week to these areas, hoping that somebody would pick a fight with him so he could kill them. He doesn't know these people. They've done nothing. He wants to kill a black man. Clémence, the reporter who did the initial interview, she followed up with another report today, clarifying some of the things that were said in the interview, including Neeson saying to her, you need to be very careful if you decide to run this story I've told you. And he goes on to quote some of his more famous lines from the Taken movies, saying that, I will find you. Yeah, that was a joke. It was very inappropriately timed. Context is everything. That sounds very threatening. Her requests for follow-up in the following days were denied. I'm going to leave the initial interview as well as her report today down below. There's a lot of other things that she's done, including calling different people, asking them about unconscious biases. Like, what would it take to make a person feel this way and want to go out and kill someone? So since the first interview, Neeson has appeared on, I think it was Good Morning America or the Today Show, to do damage control, basically, saying that he was taken out of context. However, the story that he again told was the exact same. Nothing was taken out of context. And of course, to just say, I am not racist, in those exact words, I am not a racist. He says he realizes that what he did was wrong, that he was very shocked at himself, and that he sought help by talking to a friend and a priest, and by power walking. And that's it, friends. Liam Neeson is not racist because he power walked away his hatred of black men. And the only reason he didn't kill anyone is not because he was sorry and not because he was shocked and dismayed with himself, but because he couldn't find anyone to kill. And imagine that he says that he was shocked at himself and he was hurt by this. Well, imagine how the black men wandering around the streets must have felt, not knowing that he was going out there to kill one of them. And how hurt is the black community feeling by this, Liam? But you feel hurt by this. But no, obviously that's not what happens. When you want to kill somebody, you can't power walk that feeling away. But white people everywhere are forgiving Liam Neeson, and not just forgiving him, they're commending him for his bravery. His bravery for what? Admitting that he wanted to kill a man? Not just any man, a black man. How is that brave? And one of the things I find very important here that perhaps a lot of people are missing is the fact that this confession of his comes during Black History Month, and not just Black History Month, it came on Trayvon Martin's birthday. Trayvon would have been 24. He's no longer with us because a white man went out and killed him. So again, it doesn't matter if what Liam Neeson did was 20 years ago, 40 years ago, more than 40 years ago. This is happening every single day. White men are going out and killing black men. They're not just thinking about it, they're doing it. Jussie Smollett, a gay black Jewish man in Hollywood, was recently attacked in a very violent hate crime. They knew who he was. They yelled out his name. They yelled racial and homophobic slurs. They doused him in bleach. They tied a noose around his neck and they beat him. White men are patrolling the streets looking for black people to kill. If you are outraged by what happened to Jussie, why are you not outraged by what Liam Neeson did? Because he decided not to kill a black man? That's setting the bar incredibly low. Is it because you enjoy him and his movies too much? Do you realize how privileged that is? Because there are many other actors and many other movies that you can be watching aside from Liam Neeson, a person who admitted that he wanted to kill a black man. And believe me, I believe that people can grow as human beings. I do. I've seen nothing in these interviews to suggest that Liam Neeson has grown as a human being. Nothing. He volunteered this information out of nowhere. He wasn't asked. He just told. Why did he tell this information? Supposedly as some sort of lesson against committing revenge. But the only lesson I'm seeing as I sit here is the fact that a white man can admit to violent and racist thoughts against black men and be awarded for it. So what does that say for the other white men out there? I can go out on the street, patrol the streets, and get away with violence towards black men. I will be awarded for it. Neeson has zero understanding of his power and privilege in this society. He hasn't acknowledged that one bit. He would never admit to saying, I am not a racist. He just wouldn't. He has no understanding of his position in society as a wealthy, able-bodied, cisgender, heterosexual, white man benefiting from white supremacy. This is the very peak of power and privilege in this world, and every day reaping the benefits of systemic racism. The very language that he uses in these interviews, is alarming, because I haven't said the exact words that he said. It's aggressive. And if he didn't still feel this way, he wouldn't continue to say these things. It lacks self-awareness for the biases that he continues to harbor within himself and will continue to harbor. I'm not asking anyone to boycott him. Frankly, I don't have that power to tell you what to do. I'm not going to watch him anymore. I'm not going to pay him my money. I know that we cannot give him forgiveness as white people. That's not something we can do. And frankly, he hasn't even apologized. All he's done in these interviews is center himself and his feelings of shame. What does that do for people? It makes him sympathetic to other white people. That's really all I have to say about this, because I know that too many white people are just saying, oh, it happened 40 years ago. That's it. I'm just gonna keep moving forward and watching his movies because I don't care. And it should never be that simple. Like, I made a video about white privilege very recently. This is white privilege to just be able to forgive Liam Neeson. He's privileged, and we're privileged to just give him a pass. Tell me how you're feeling about this right now. I want to hear from you. Keep the comments civil, because some of my recent videos, I've had to delete a lot of comments. I'm not afraid to delete comments if you're being an asshole. I make videos Mondays and Fridays here on this channel in the afternoons Eastern time. I will see you soon. Bye, everyone.